welcome back to my channel. So today I did this look, which is pretty much my everyday, if I were to do my makeup every day at work, because I don't do it every day at work, but if I were to do a makeup look every day for work, I would do this right here. It's kind of neutral, doesn't look like you're trying too hard, but you look really put together. And sometimes I wake up at like 7 a.m. and I go into work at 8:15, and I live in Chino and I work in Orange County, and I can still manage to like get this done like quick, but I have to get like right to it. But anyway, this is the look that I did, and I'm using a lot of inexpensive products for an everyday look. I don't like to use my higher end makeup because nobody sees it, so you know, it's just me. Okay, so we're first gonna prime our face with these e.l.f. primer and moisturizer. I first put on my moisturizer, then I do put on my primer, and we're gonna be using the e.l.f. Cosmetics foundation, which I totally love, and it's inexpensive and perfect for an everyday look. I am also gonna be using the e.l.f. concealer, which I also love, and it is not too bright. It's like the perfect color to just wear like every day, so you don't look like you're wearing too much concealer. It's really good, really easy, really inexpensive, easy to blend, easy to work with, and I apply it underneath my eyes, my laugh lines, my nose, chin sometimes, and in between my brows. So I'm going to use a small beauty sponge and blend all that out. And this little beauty sponge I got from, I believe, Ulta, and it is Real Techniques. I love it. It gets into all the little tight spaces that you need it to get into. Up next, I'm going to be using my Nye Banana Powder. I love using this one to set my concealer all over my face wherever I applied it, because it just sets it really nice. It doesn't crease, and it just keeps me matte, so I'm not all oily all over the place. I do have oily skin, and I feel like this really works. I apply this with a wedge, a sponge wedge I believe it's called, and I love these also. You can just use it, trash it when you feel like it's old, and get a new one. And here I'm using a little fluffy brush, and I added a little bit of the Banana Powder on there also, just to set my eyelids, because I do tend to get oily lids. And here you see me brushing my eyebrows up with the e.l.f. pencil. I do not have any more product on there, so I use my Pierre brow pomade and just an angled brush that I use all the time for my eyebrows. This is my favorite, and I believe one of my friends gave me this set of brushes. So the way I go about my eyebrows is I outline my brows first, starting with the bottom and then going to the top, and then just pulling the color that I have left, or the product that I have left on the brush, to fill in the rest of my brow. I also like to put mascara on my brows. I just feel like it keeps everything together and makes everything look neater. It doesn't have to be a brow gel or a clear mascara. I just use anything that I have or that I'm using at the moment. With a flat kabuki brush, I like to press in my Banana Powder. Not all of it. I don't want to say that I do it all the time, but for most of the time I do. And next step is some contour. I'm going to be using the e.l.f. contour palette, and I'm going to be using the lighter shade at first to carve out my cheeks and my temples. I also do this to the bottom of my chin, and I use it also around my forehead for the appearance of a slimmer face. I like to go in with a darker shade of this palette also, just because I feel like it creates more definition, and I personally can't talk today. I personally like a darker contour. Once I'm done with my contour, I go ahead and I either buff or press in the rest of the Banana Powder that I have underneath my eyes. And Yes, to set it, make it look pretty. I don't get creases, which I love. So I'm using this awesome, great tasting lip balm. I love it so much, just to moisturize the lips. So now I'm gonna contour my nose, and I go in with the lighter shade of the e.l.f. contour palette and my handy dandy brush. Contouring my nose is something I really like to do because I feel like my nose is kind of big for my face. That is just what I think, and I'm more comfortable when I do contour my nose. I just go along the sides of my nose, starting from the beginning of my brow down to almost the tip of my nose, and then I go outward. So I just blend it. It looks like two L's pretty much going down my nose, but I've tried to blend it out, no harsh lines. So next I'm going to pick up this light shade from this contour palette from e.l.f. I'm going to put it all over my lid just to give it a nice color. I usually have dark lids. I don't know why I naturally have dark lids, but yes. But for this look, we're going to set the lids with that color just to make them prettier, I guess. Next, I'm going to go with the lightest brown in that palette, and I'm going to put that in my crease. So I'm just going to buff it in. I actually really love using this palette for my whole face, which is really cool because when you're in a rush and it's in the morning and you just need to get it done, it's just awesome to be able to pick up the colors from that same palette and just use all of them on your eyes and around your face. And here I picked up the darker color just to deepen the crease a little bit, and I just added towards the outer corner of my eye. And here I'm picking up the light brown shade, and I'm adding it to my lid as well, and patting motions just to deepen up that color right there. So picking up a smaller brush, I'm going to pick up the lightest brown shade, and I'm going to run that across my bottom lash line. I love how it looks when the bottom lash line has some color on it too. I used to not wear any color before, but now I do. If you get any fallout, go ahead and just brush it off with your face brush, your face powder brush. Just dust it off. Next, I'm going to be picking up the e.l.f. Cosmetics Mascara 3-in-1. This mascara, I honestly don't think I would buy again because it feels plasticky, like once it dries. And sometimes if I sneeze and I just did my mascara, like my lashes will literally stick together. But I mean, for the price, I believe it was under like $3. For the price, I guess it's okay. If you just need some makeup on a budget, e.l.f. has really good products. The mascara is not my favorite, but I mean, I still use it. Next, I'm going to be picking up my favorite blush, which is by Tarte in the color Feisty, and I put that not only on the apples of my cheeks, I do that sometimes, but I do like to put it right over my cheekbone. That's just how I like my blush. I know people put it in different areas of their cheek, but that is my favorite spot. I think it flatters my face more. Next, I'm going to be picking up my e.l.f. bronzing brush, and I will be picking up that same contour palette, and I'm going to be using the lightest shade, which is like a highlight type of color. It has a pretty little sheen, and it's very cute. I love it. It's one of my favorites. I'm also going to pick up a pencil brush, and using that same highlighter color, I'm going to highlight the bridge of my nose, and I am going to dot a little dot on the tip of my nose. I love highlighter, so I do this every time. And I'm also going to put some in the tear ducts of my eyes, just to brighten up the look. This just makes your eyes look nice and bright and pretty. I'm also gonna add some to my brow bone. I love, love, love how this looks. This is one of my favorite steps. Also, I added to my Cupid's bow. I just love looking nice and glowy even on my everyday looks. Okay guys, this is my final everyday look. Throw on some cute accessories and you are done. Thanks for watching.